Guys, the year 2023 is coming to a close, and I would like to take the time to recap this past year. It's been a great year. There's been a lot of funny stories that's happened this year in the sporting world, outside the sporting world. Of course, we had a submarine that tried to go visit the Titanic, and about an hour in, it exploded. That's the first story that I would like to talk about. So it was this submarine, they're calling it the Titan, that was the name of the submarine, and it was operated by a American tourism company called OceanGate. And basically what happened is these 5 rich people got on board, and unfortunately there was just like one screw that they just didn't screw all the way in. And I mean, when you get down to the bottom of the ocean, the pressure is just so crazy on the sub that the sub just exploded. Unfortunately, it killed everybody on board. They're going to see the Titanic, one of the most famous shipwrecks of all time. If someone asked you and they said, hey, I got this ticket to go on this submarine and we're going to go see the Titanic, what would you say? Would you say, okay, I'm going, or would you say no? Me personally, and I hate to say this because obviously the thing exploded and everybody died and it was really sad, I would have probably said yes. I love the Titanic. I like reading about it. I like the movie. If you told me I could see it with my own eyes, I'd be like, yeah, that's wild. But, you know, there's just some places that humans really shouldn't go. And the deep sea is probably one of those places. So it's unfortunate for the people that died, but it makes for one of the craziest stories that happened this year in 2023. So if we're going to talk about 2023, we also have to mention the person of the year, which was Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift dominated this year. She had a concert tour that went to pretty much every major American city. And at the end of the year, it culminates for her by getting a boyfriend. And it is none other than popular football player Travis Kelce. And what I think is funny about this couple is that it's really like a cross-pollination between pretty much everybody in America. It's like you're either a Taylor Swift fan or you're a Travis Kelce fan. So when they get together, it's basically cross-pollinating everybody. So it makes for a very interesting story. Of course, the courtship of Travis Kelce to Taylor Swift is kind of cool. It started by him going to one of her concerts when she played at Arrowhead Stadium, which is where the Chiefs play. And he tried to give her a friendship bracelet, but it had like his number on the friendship bracelet. And, you know, it was unsuccessful, but the dude's shooting his shot, right? Fast forward a couple weeks later, Taylor Swift attends one of Travis Kelce's football games and sits right next to his mom. So, you know, things are going pretty good if they're doing that. And then, you know, a couple months later, they're an item. So it's really cool. And that kind of leads into the next big story of the year, in my opinion, which is the team that Kelce plays for, which is the Kansas City Chiefs. In my opinion, they really took over the title of America's team this year. And America's team to me is like whatever team is like dominating at their sport, but also has like a mixture of pop culture in with the team. And like what I'm talking about, like with the Taylor Swift thing with Travis Kelce, and then you got Patrick Mahomes, who's like a young quarterback. He's got a wife, he's got a brother who's like weird and makes TikToks, and they win. That's a big part of it, is that they won the Super Bowl this year and they're kind of a dynasty. I'm going to call the Kansas City Chiefs America's team right now, and that earns a spot on my list of biggest stories of 2023. Moving on, because it's not all, I can't just report all the good stuff, okay? There was some bad things that happened this year, and one of them is the war between Israel and Hamas. And guys, I am not qualified enough to really do this war justice. All I know is that Hamas is like a militant group that is inside Palestine, And you've heard Israel and Palestine are just in this 1,000-year war, basically. And, you hear the term peace in the Middle East. But peace in the Middle East has been hard to come by recently. Anyways, guys, moving on, back to a lighter note. What a big story that happened this year just happened. And it was Shohei Ohtani, who signed the biggest contract in North American sports history. It was $700 million to play for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And it's a big deal. It's the biggest contract. He's arguably the greatest player of all time. So, you know what? That earns yourself a spot on my list, which leads me to my last big story of 2023. And it's the biggest story of 2023. And that is that we started Around the Reef this year. I've just always wanted to do a podcast, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching my videos. We had to start somewhere. My idea is that I want to do these videos and do Around the Reefs till the end of time. But I had to start somewhere, so it started in 2023. Guys, I hope you had a great year, and I hope that you have a great 2024. And I wish you health and happiness. And I cannot wait to catch you guys another time on Around the Reef.